We're going to start with explanation of the code. First of all, we're going to explain how the top design works in order to get information from it. So, as we can see from the past activity, we have the registers that we use to display information on our display. But on the other hand, we have three new registers. These registers are divided in two. One of them is going to be output, and the other one is going to be an input that we're going to receive information from it. Well, we are going to receive information from this register, and we're going to send it in this register. Actually, we had to divide the register into because we were working in a PSOC 4 and we didn't have enough space to use it as a register or for registers, so 4 bits. So continue with it. In the output registers, we're going to send information in order to validate in the keyword. Actually, the name is call output because the call is referred to the columns. So we are going to send information in the columns, and we are going to receive information from the row sections. These rows will be we're going to receive a one when a row is going to be selected. So yeah, this is how to going to send and receive information from the keyboard, from the matrix keyboard. Well, I'm going to start with explanation of the main code. So here we have the main code. As you can see in the main, we're just going to have a simple for loop that is going to be running all the time. Inside of it, we have a function that is called keyboard initial. We are just calling this function, but the way that we this acts is from this library that we created. That is the keypad lib. The keypad lib is in charge to do the communication between the main C and our library that we created in a C language. So it's going to act as a bridge between those codes. So here we have in the keypad .h, that's the format that we use to to the header files. So in the 5 line, we have a function that is enter buttons that help us to allow the interruption in our code. After that, we have the main function that we are using in the main code in order to be use it for us in other files. And here we have an external unit 8. Unit 8 just is a way to declarate a range of numbers or charts in a certain number of characters. In this case, we're using the unsigned chart unit that is composed of 8 bytes. So yeah, this code we're going to read the information given by the keyboard. So continue with that. This is the most important part of the code that is located in the keypad lib .c that he here we are just writing the whole logic that we're going to use in order to manage and display the information according to the inputs that we receive from the interruptions made by pressing a button. So continue with that. First of all, we are just declaring variables in order to be used in the whole code. For example, we're going to use a boolean variable that is going to be the valid key that we are going to set it in a fail state at the beginning. This valid key is going to be useful for us to validate uh, when a button is real pressed. So meanwhile, there's not a real pressing button. We are going to have this. We're going to keep this false statement. Sorry. Here we are declaring a variable with the type that we already uh, talked about. This is the value that's going to contain is the zero in this hexadecimal way. After we're going to we are declaring a char that is a key that's going to be used afterwards. So uh, here's the function that we called from the main code. As you can remember, this is the keyword initial. Inside of it, we are initialized the interruption button. Sorry, we are allowing the the interruptions with this declaration function that it's already created. After that, we are writing we are allowing to our keyboard to receive information. After that, we are enabled the interruption as we mentioned. So here we are just listening to the information that we are going to receive. We are just listening, and here we have the main body of the interruption. When interruption happens, uh, we need to handle it. In a way to handle it, we declared this function that reads when that reads that what I already said that is going to be the handler of when interruption happened. So first of all, we're going to clear the interruption. We're going to clear the interruption in order to be able to use it afterwards. Because if we want to, if we don't clear the interruption, we are just having that it's already used it, but we want to use it more than once. So continue with that. We're going to initialize a variable I with a value of 0, and we have this while loop. This while loop is going to iterate uh, to read if there's any row that's any row when it's pressed. So remember that we send that information. Sorry, remember that we send information to our columns, and we received information from the rows. And receiving that information in the rows is going to mean that when we receive that information, it's going to pass through a if statement where we validate if there's a really button pressed. So if there's a real button pressed, we got the valid key variable in a true statement. So when the valid key true statement happened, we are going to end the while loop, and we're going to start with this. With this statement, we are saying when the valid key receives a value of true, is going to run all the code inside of it. But when we are outside of it, we are going to just uh, uh, avoided, and we continue uh, with a hopping and interruption afterwards. So inside of the validation key, when we receive when we receive the validation that it is true, we are going to start to write in the columns in order to find out what was the real button that was present, in order to make sure to what was it, and to be displayed in or displayed. So first we we write in the columns in order to receive the information, and we iterate between all the cases where we'll find what kind of a button what to press it. For example, we press the button, we sorry, we write in the columns, and we read the value in the row. Is the value of the row match with any value in the switch cases, we're going to display that information in order to uh, display that information. We are going to use our function that we created in the last activity, because in the last activity we created a library where we make a dictionary of how the chart and how the numbers and how the alphabet is written in order to be displayed in a display. So if we have this if we iterate into the switch case, depending of the value that we receive from the rows, we're going to uh, call the function that is shown in this case. For example, we are going to show the letter E, so we're going to call the function called chart that's going to display the letter E in our display. The same happen with the number. When we have numbers, in this case, when we receive this value, we're going to we are knowing that this is equivalent to display the number 7. And this is how we go on during. We're going to go along with our code in order to validate what was uh, the real button that was present. As you can see, we are repeating the the construction the construction of the switch case. We are resetting the value, and we are setting the value in the column in order to see if there's the specific value that we receive from the row.